No matter what your style is, no matter what your skill set is, I'm going to show you how we can help you write your book. Now, maybe you love writing, maybe you hate writing. Maybe you're really good at speaking, maybe you prefer to be behind the camera. Maybe you like to talk, maybe you like to write, maybe you like to communicate. Whatever your style is, this episode is going to show you 3 ways that you can go from idea to published author quickly. All right. Now, we hear these things all the time from our clients and from prospects that want help writing their book. They say, I'm not a great writer. I have all the content. I have a course on it. I have a coaching program, but I'm not a great writer. We hear other people say, I don't have time. I run a business full time. I'm a mom of 4. I am running multiple different businesses. I don't have time to write my book. And then we hear other people say, look, I just hate writing. I would rather just speak it. I feel more confident speaking. I can articulate my ideas better, and that really helps. And so what I've decided to do in this episode is really boil it down to show you how you have different options. Now, each option is going to be based on your style and your skill set. And I recommend that you take a break here for a quick second and understand this. The world of traditional book writing is no longer a gatekeeper from you having your book. There are different ways and styles and technology that allow us to do some amazing things. And I really want you to understand this because you have a great book inside of you. That's why you're here. And I want to show you that there are ways that maybe you haven't thought of before that can actually help you to getting this book out, that will then help you generate hundreds of thousands of dollars in your business, potentially millions of dollars, and it'll help you create that impact that you've always known you were destined to make. So the first way that you can write your book, and this is by far the most common way, but this is actually writing your book. This tends to be the cheapest way to do it because you're the one that's actually writing the book out. This is the traditional way, and the way you're going to do this is one of 2 different ways, essentially. Is you're going to either write manually, pen to paper, and then type it, or you are going to type it using a service like Microsoft Word, Google Docs, or even Atticus, which is a great software for formatting your book, editing your book. Like it literally has an all-in-one service for you, and it could be a great tool for you. This is where you are willing to trade time for your book. You are willing to write your book out. It's gonna be your thoughts, your ideas, and we will show you how to break this down. But you want to write this out if this is the method for you. You like to write, or you're willing to express your thoughts via the written page. Now, one of the big pros of doing this, and we've seen this over and over again, I know for me it's been a big factor, is when you write your own book, you feel a sense of pride. A lot of people compare it to having your own book baby. Now, I don't have any kids at the time of this recording. Someday I will, but right now I don't. And so when you write your own book, there's a sense of pride that comes with it. You feel that sense of attachment. You feel that sense of confidence, and that confidence then turns into amazing things such as conviction. It turns into the ability to communicate more effectively. It allows you to feel that you really are the expert. So even though some people may not like writing, this can often be a great option for the majority of people because it can help you so much on the back end after you've gone through the process. So the second way that you can write your book is audio, is speaking your book. So this is for the person who maybe doesn't like to write, but they know they want to get a book out there and they have great content. So if this is you, we have technology that allows us to do this. And so the basic process is this. You create your outline, you create your systems, you get ready to speak your book. And instead of writing your book, you actually voice memo your book out on your phone. And from there, you use a transcription service such as Scribby. It's about 10 cents a minute. And then you now have a working document where you can actually start editing from. So the advantage to this is you can speak it. We can often speak much faster than we can type, which allows us to do this much, much quicker. But this also gives you a chance to not have to actually write your book. You can just start from a place where you have a manuscript and edit from that point. And that I find has been really, really effective. We had someone who she was struggling to keep the creative juices flowing when she was writing. She felt a lot of pressure. And I said, you know what? I've seen you on camera. I want you to try this. And literally she started to speak her book. And so every morning on her walk, she designated her writing time to her walking time. And so she would walk and she would record a chapter at a time, a story at a time. And then she would put that together and start editing it from there. So this can be really, really effective if you're good at speaking, if you prefer not to type your book, but if you really want to still do it on your own. So that's the second way to write your book or to get your book complete. And the third way is having your book ghost written. And in this situation, this is often for the person that definitely wants to have a book, but they would rather trade time for money, meaning they would rather have somebody write the book for them as long as they get interviewed for their book and it's in their voice. And so this is something that we've helped people do as well. And it tends to be really, really effective for people that have very much a concrete framework. They're really knowledgeable. They have tons of stories, tons of experiences, and we partner them with one of our ghostwriters. And whether you use our service or not, but you find a ghostwriter and the ghostwriter will actually interview you to pull out the content they need to be able to write your book. This is obviously the most expensive options because someone else is actually writing the book, but this can help you get your book done with 10 to 15 hours of your time. And in a short little bit, you will have an actual book completely done for you, ready to go to publication. So there are three main options. You can write your book, you can speak your book, or you can have your book ghost written. These are typically the three ways to be able to get your book out there. And the best thing about this is you just have to focus on your style, understand your skill set, know your budget, understand how much you value time, and choose your strategy. What I don't want to keep hearing, and I want to change this narrative in this space, is I'm not a writer, so I can't write my book. But meanwhile, your internal thought and your internal dialogue is, I want a book so bad. I know I can help people. I know I can grow my business. I know a book is what I need. I want you to understand that there are ways you can go about doing this based on your skill set, based on the strategy you're looking for, based on your long-term goals, based on where you're at in your business today. You can speak it. You could type it. You could get it ghost written. We're going to get your book out there. If you really want to make it happen, there are ways to do that. And I hope that this opens your eyes to being like, oh, you know what? I never even thought I could write my book by speaking my book, but you can. So your book is ready to be written. My question is, what method are you going to choose? So as you go through this, if there's a style that you really like and you have more questions, reach out to me on Instagram at Jake Kelfer. Let me know if you have questions. I would be happy to help you figure out what is the best way for you to do it, how to get it really organized. I'm happy to help you out there because I want you to write your world-changing book. So I hope that you enjoyed this episode. I hope you got incredible value from this episode. And I can't wait to hear what style you choose. And I can't wait to read your amazing book when it is ready. And with that being said, I appreciate you taking the time to listen to this. I appreciate your energy. I appreciate your attention. And I will see you on the next one.